talk a little bit about scaling an agency or building an agency. I think it's a very difficult thing. I think a lot of people kind of jump into building a digital agency without really understanding what that takes, including myself. I kind of learned the hard way. I wouldn't say I had a lot of experience when I got started. The first step, I think, is becoming profitable. And I think there's a lot of steps that might go into that I'll talk about as well. But I think a lot of people underestimate the concept of becoming profitable, and I think I would actually bet that a lot of digital agencies never make it that far. They either fail or they kind of just struggle. And what I would consider profitable, just to kind of keep it simple and keep a set number, is the ability to pay all your employees if you have any, or at least pay yourself. I would say roughly a six-figure salary, and that might be profits that you pay yourself with, and then have some profit or money left over. So that's what I would consider becoming profitable. So I think that's kind of the step that you should be looking for, is how do I get to that point? Because in most cases you might actually be able to get a job where you can pay yourself, where you can get paid $100,000 without the stress of running an agency. So I think you want to be able to try and get to that point where you can actually pay yourself a competitive salary and still be profitable. I think that's kind of step one. So how do you get there, I guess, is to help you figure that out. I think number one is to think about hiring. Most cases you're going to want to be able to hire. You could be a freelancer and kind of do it on your own, and that's certainly possible. But if you're building a digital agency, most of the time you're going to eventually be hiring, and you need more than yourself to do the work. Hiring is very difficult. It's something that I think everyone kind of underestimates when they get started. So I'd really put a lot of attention and focus on hiring in the early stages, and who are these key people that you can build around. They don't necessarily have to be these crazy rock star people that are owner level. I mean, that's what you are as the owner of the digital agency, but they need to at least be at a level that you can count on them, get the work done, the clients are happy. Those first few employees are so critical. It took us a long time to get that right. And we went through a lot of heartache to get that. And I think if you can get hiring right in the beginning, you can become profitable a lot faster, because if you get good people, they should become profitable for you. And then obviously it makes it a lot easier to keep going and not kind of give up. The other, I would say, that people that don't really think about, or they wait too long to think about, is the concept of utilization. So now once you have this, you have some people, you have, let's say, 5-10 people, how utilized are they? You really want to make sure that as many people as possible are fully utilized on clients, billing out their time, whether that's hourly or fixed bid. You want to make sure they're heavily utilized. If they're not utilized, they should be in sales or marketing, maybe operations, but obviously in the beginning you want to keep operations pretty lean. So the more people you can have utilized, and you want to start creating metrics around this concept of what I would call utilization, which is how much time are they kind of billing out against the clients. And it might not be hourly, maybe you have a different way of looking at it in your agency, but ultimately you want to make sure that you have a good utilization rate in your agency. The other big thing that you want to start to get better at over time is estimates. Estimates, in the beginning, you might just kind of be trying things out, and it's difficult to estimate when you don't have a lot of data, but over time you need to start to master estimates. Otherwise it's very difficult to grow the agency, and you're going to start selling things that go over budget, under budget. So the better you can get at estimates, the more you will be successful, the better your projects will go, because you'll be hopefully hitting your estimates and not going over and having conflicts with customers. And then eventually, I think if you have good utilization, you're hitting your estimates, you're getting better at your estimates, then you want to start thinking about sales and marketing and scaling that. In the beginning, you might be doing sales and marketing yourself, but eventually that doesn't scale forever. It's going to be impossible to grow an agency as the only salesperson. So you have to start thinking about sales and marketing, whether maybe you want to hire a marketing person first, or maybe you want to hire a salesperson first. Whichever you think is kind of best for your business, you want to start building this kind of sales and marketing team that's not entirely reliant on you. And eventually you want to get to the point where they can kind of run themselves and hopefully get a lot of sales without you, is the goal. So any questions about scaling an agency, please reach out to me. I'm happy to answer.